What's going on, guys? Welcome back to SMD Fishing to all my subscribers, and welcome to SMD Fishing to anyone who's new to the channel. I appreciate you guys viewing in to this video I got here today. If you guys like fishing, if you like kayak fishing, fishing from the banks, or fishing from the boat, I do that all on my channel. If you also like product reviews, things like that, by all means, please consider subscribing to the channel. I greatly appreciate all your support. But today, guys, in this video, well, you already read the title, we'll be talking about my kayak trolling motor mount. How it feels one of the best out that I've seen out there. I've done a lot of research all across the web. This one works best for me, and hopefully it worked out for a lot of you guys. Like I said, I couldn't find it, so I ended up making my own. So please, by all means, enjoy. Now, my disclaimer, I do have a 30-pound thrust trolling motor. Definitely want you guys to be safe out there if you want to try something like this, like what I have here. I'm not saying that you need to go higher, 50 and above, things like that. This 30-pound thrust trolling motor, it does just fine. If you want to take that risk, that is totally on you. Well, without further ado, let's get to it. All right, guys, well, there you have it. There's my DIY trolling motor mount. I'll explain this little situation here in a second. But this is literally it. There you go. Oh, by the way, just in case you guys want to know, Field & Stream Shadowcaster. 800 bucks at Dick's Sporting Goods. Missing a couple of letters, don't worry about that. Oh, I'm sorry, if you didn't know, when your kayak becomes a propelled vessel, okay, via trolling motor or other means, in my state, at least for Maryland, I had to get it registered. Okay, so I had to get registration. Like I said, I'm missing a couple. I don't know how they came off. Maybe the material in which this is supposed to stick to. Whatever. I'll get a couple more. But I had to get it registered for a trolling motor to be placed on it. And like I said, it became a propelled vessel. By other means than manual propelling it with a paddle. Once it became a propelled vessel, I had to get it registered. But here we are. This is just a quick rundown, so you guys get a little closer look. And I'll tell you guys step by step exactly what I had to do for this. I just want you to get a look how it looks off the kayak itself. Doesn't hang out too far. Right there on my side. And I'll put the trolling motor so you can see it in a second. But that's pretty much it, man. And like I said, I'll explain it. I'll explain every step. Just give you guys a view of the full setup here. Okay. That's what it will look like once all complete. Shouldn't run too low underneath the bottom of the vessel. But she runs good. So, like I said, like it, clearance is good for all directions. You just gotta go all the way backwards. But that's it. So let me explain how I did this, okay? Okay, so real quick, let me go over the materials that I used for this. These right here are low profile like gear tracks. They come in various sizes. I believe this is like a 5-inch or something like that, or maybe a 6-inch. This right here fit perfectly, in this little void space that I have here. Doesn't intrude into my rod holders. I got 2 of those. Okay, one here, one there. All right. So next, these are called T-bolts. Okay, these right here are called T-bolts. I'm not sure if they come in like different sizes, but this is what it looks like. Okay. Slides right on, just like if you had like a GoPro mount or something like that, or the Scotty rod holder mounts, things like that slides right into the tracks. That's the same concept, or the same pieces. It's the bottom of this. Okay, same concept, same type of pieces. And it just slides in. If you can't find those in particular, I did find an alternative at Lowe's, Home Depot. They're called toilet to floor bolts. It's for securing the toilet down to the floor. It's kind of hard to do this one hand, sorry about this, but they look exactly the same. Okay, same thing. So, just in case you can't find the T-bolts in particular. I ended up finding those after the fact. After I bought these, but the reason I bought these ones here anyway is because they came with these little pieces that you can hold, screw down to hold and secure it. okay? But that was after some deep research. Next, you're definitely gonna need some screws for your, it's called Scotty gear track here. Definitely gonna need some screws there. And of course, just one piece should do you good. One piece, this is a pressure treated wood. Well, it didn't come like that, of course. I'll tell you how to put that together, but this is just pressure treated wood here. That's what I used because I'll be out in the water, so I already wanted it to be waterproof. Now you could paint it, do what you want later on, but as far as materials, that's all you need. And these are 4-inch exterior screws. Yeah, these are 4-inch exterior screws here. Just keep that together. I think that's all the materials you need. So I mean, if you're already, you know, super handy, you kind of got the concept here. First thing I want you to definitely do is measure your distance across, and how long your support piece is going to be, or what you're going to need, as far as how long you're going across and how much is going to stick out from your kayak. Like I said, this only sticks out maybe 9-10 inches, maybe a little more. Like I said, again, it's all up to you and your project, how it works out for you. You definitely want to measure your distance from this point here. You know, you can adjust these, but this point here to the other point here, okay, of where you're going to make these holes, okay? So I got one hole there, one hole here, okay? That was the basis of my support, okay? Hole here, hole there, okay? And to make this hole, that was a 5/16 drill bit. Yeah, 5/16 drill bit to pilot hole through this and through that to have a good enough, hole to make sure these fit properly. So I can't put this on one-handed, so if you give me 1 second, I'll put this on. Okay, so now we got them on, okay? Like I said, had great measurements, so make sure these two have the same distance as far as lining up properly with your pressure treated wood in the holes, and yeah. So like I said, make sure your distance is good. Drill your holes. Place your pressure treated wood right on top. Okay. And with these Scotty tracks, like I said, just a little bit of adjustment, as you can see there. And it's all, like I said, all how it works out for your project. But mine fits pretty good, where it doesn't interfere with my rod holder, so I can still use my rod holders. These already came with my kayak. So yeah, just in case you ever need to adjust, allows you to do so. And then of course, the piece that I talked about earlier that it came with. Can you see that? Can you see that? Cool. And these here just go right on top, and you just screw them down. Or tighten them down. That's it. Nice and snug. You don't need to be, tight as you possibly can ever get it, but nice and snug works just fine. Okay. And of course, I put the other one on that one. Now this piece here, reason I had to be like, now it's moving. Sorry. This right here, I had to make it a little thicker, okay? Just a little thicker as far as the distance, the height of it, just so it can support the trolling motor there for the area in which the trolling motor, latches onto. Okay, I wanted extra thickness for support. So, in doing so, if you use just the regular distance across this 2x4 here, this is actually a little too thick for the trolling motor to fit at its widest point. So I had to use, but I used this here. It's not a table saw. I forgot. Here you go. Here's my evidence here. That's how much I had to trim off. Okay, a super thin amount. Okay, so that's what I had to trim off here. Okay, super thin amount. Super thin. I can't tell you a distance because it was no measuring. I just wanted it slim enough to fit the trolling motor, okay? So you see that right there? That's pretty darn sturdy. And I run my battery right here in this, and I have a block there just kind of posted up. But yeah, I had a block in there, and I got extra ones just in case I forget, because I have forgot those at home before. But add the block in there just to keep this thing from, moving around, possibly, from going out and being a kayak. Never know, but I just wanted to stay stationary. Get you a good deep cycle marine battery. It says marine and RV deep cycle. Cool. But get you a good battery, and that thing will run you all day, guaranteed. Now, I did have a old piece of 2x4, right? Regular piece of 2x4. So I practiced on that first, okay? As far as measure my distance or distances. Measure my distances. You guys see me make a couple lines here and there to get this thing lined up just perfectly, because you're making a perfect point inside of this. So I believe the distance that I went up with the line here, yeah, to give me a center point, I believe the distance was like 3 1/8 or something like that. But just the distance with 3 inches and 1/8, 3 1/8 inches. Distance up to here to this point, and just having that measurement will give you a good, point for each side. So this is 3 1/8 up to that middle point there. So you do the same thing up on this side, up to that center point. Okay, make sure of course start from the same side. Like I said, I practiced with a old 2x4 first, just to make sure my measurements were good. Or if you want to use cardboard or whatever case may be, if you want to use a template first, that is totally up to you. So use a template first to make sure you got your measurements right, so you don't make too many mistakes with this. Like I said, it's very simple. So you got your Scotty gear tracks here, T-bolts to come with it, or you can use the toilet bolts like I showed you guys earlier. It's the same thing, still very durable, still water resistant, things like that. Then you got your fasteners here. That is a pressure treated 2x4. Extra block up top for support. Exterior screws that can last out in rain, water, whatever case may be. You can paint it, camo it out. It's totally up to you. And again, my disclaimer, I'm using a 30-pound thrust trolling motor, which gets me 5 to 6 miles per hour. Depends on the day, calm water kind of thing, which is good for me. Like I said, sometimes I go places where I got to hike instead of paddling, a mile or 2 or something like that. Having that trolling motor does save lives. And also, if I got people that I go along with that we want to all make a nice hike, you can literally tag along with a buddy. You put the trolling motor on, have a person either tie onto the back of your kayak maybe, or tie on you. Of course, safely of course, but that trolling motor does help out a lot, especially when you want to travel far distances. But that's it. That's my mount there. All right, well, that right there is what it's on. What I can advise you guys not to do not go full speed when you first put it on, okay? Start out slow, of course, and once you get better and understand your balance of your kayak and how you balance it, with it, then you can crank up the speed quicker when you initially start. So totally up to you, but be safe, guys. Please be safe. And granted, if you're running super shallow water, this is not going to work. I understand your kayak can go in super shallow water, but you need at least, what's that, about a foot clearance, just to have clearance on where it's running. Yeah, you want to at least have a foot clearance. You see, I've been up and through some stuff. But this is great. I love it. I tested it out multiple times, and I just want to make sure it's foolproof before I make this video, just so you guys can see it. All right, guys, well, that's it for the video. I do appreciate you guys watching, man. Please share this with a friend. Share it on Facebook. Share it on social medias. You never know who you can help out. Again, this is a 30-pound thrust. If you guys want to go higher, it's totally up to you. And, like I said, please be safe out there with it. This thing does give off a lot of torque when you initially take off. So that's why I said I like nice sturdy support there. Again, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you guys next time.
Nice, juicy, fast,